Hey, fourth grade, happy Friday. Junior, and it's almost Friday. You've almost made it through the first week back after break, so congratulations to that. I know it's hard getting back in the swing of things, but I am proud of you for doing your work. All right, we have talked about adding fractions so far this week, but today we're going to focus on subtracting fractions. Now, don't worry, because for the most part, it's not any different. The denominators still have to be the same. Just like in adding, you cannot subtract fractions unless your denominators are the same. All right, so let's look at our example right here. We've got 4/6 minus 3/6. Okay, so because our denominators are the same, we can just subtract our numerators. So we've got 4/3 or 4/6, and if we take away 3 of those, what is 4 minus 3? Very good. We would have 1 left, and that 6 remains the same all the way across. So again, this is just like adding fractions. The only difference is you're subtracting. Okay, the process is the same. You've got to check those denominators and make sure that they're same first. Once you make sure that they are the same, you then just subtract your numerators. All right, let's look at another example. 8/10 minus 6/10. All right, so we've got 8/10 to start with, and if we take 6 of those away, what is 8 minus 6? Because our denominators are the same. They're both 10, which means we're really just focusing right here on these numerators. What is 8 minus 6? Very good. And our denominator would be? Great job. 8/10 minus 6/10 is 2/10. 8 minus 6 is 2, and that denominator stays the same all the way across. Because remember, we did not change the total that we had. We just changed the number that we had shaded. Okay, and remember that denominator is the total that there is, the total pieces. The numerator is just how many are shaded. All right, let's look at these two examples. We've got 7/9 minus 5/9. Okay, can we subtract those two fractions? Yes. Why can we subtract them? Very good, because their denominators are the same. Great job. So then, because our denominators are the same, we know we can just focus right here on those numerators. So 7 minus 5 is 2, very good, and our denominator would stay, yes, the same. Very good. All right, so 7/9 minus 5/9 is 2/9. Let's look at 7/8 minus 1/8. We're going to go through our little checklist in our brain. We're going to say, brain, are these denominators the same? Yes, they are. Very good. So because we have checked that one off the list and our denominators are the same, we can just go ahead and focus on the what? Very good. We can just focus on those numerators right up here. So 7 minus 1, fourth grade, is what? Very good. It is 6, and that denominator is going to stay 8. Great job. So 7/8 minus 1/8 is 6/8. Very good. All right, let's look at a couple of word problems. It says, Landon ate 5/8 of his cupcake after school. How much of his cupcake does he have left? Okay, I know you're probably saying, ugh, Miss Stevenson, there's only one fraction. Now there is only one fraction, but you gotta think, we know that denominators tell us what? How many pieces are in the cupcake total. So if there was a whole cupcake to start with, that means that 8/8 of the cupcake was there to start with, okay? So 8 out of 8 pieces were there. And then he ate 5/8 of those 8 pieces, or 8 little bites, I guess, out of the cupcake. So we're going to say 8/8, the whole cupcake, minus 5/8 that he ate. And what would we have left? So again, we're going to start with our checklist, okay? Are our denominators the same? Yes, they are the same. Check mark for that. They are both 8, which means we can just switch our focus to these numerators right up here. 8 minus 5 is Very good. 3, and our denominator is going to stay. Very good. It is going to stay in 8. So he had 3/8 of his cupcake left. All righty. Oh, no, we're going to have 2 more word problems. Okay. Brooke finished 1/6 of her homework at school. How much does she have left? So again, we're not given 2 fractions here. We're only given 1. But we're going to do the same thing we did here. We knew that this denominator told us how many we had total. How much of her homework was there? Right, there's 6 parts to it, okay? So we're going to say that 6/6 represents her total amount of homework that she had, okay? So let's say she had 6 problems that she had to do. So to start, she had 6 out of 6 problems. She did 1 out of 6 problems at school. How much more does she have to do at home? Okay, so mental checklist. First thing, brain, are those denominators the same? Yes, they are. So because our denominator is the same, now we know we can focus on our numerators. 6 minus 1 is, very good, 5, and our denominator will stay a 6. So Brooke still has 5/6 of her homework that she is going to have to finish when she gets home. All right, last one. Kaylee and Ben cleaned 4/10 of the house yesterday and 3/10 of the house today. How much of the house have they cleaned so far? Ooh, so are we subtracting here? Or are we bringing a little bit of Tuesday, I almost said Monday, of Tuesday into this? Right, total, how much have they cleaned so far together? Okay, so that means that we are going to have to do what to these 2 fractions? Very good. We are going to have to add them together. All right, 4/10 plus 3/10. Mental checklist. Are my denominators the same? Yes, they are. They are both 10, which means we can just focus right here. 4 plus 3 is 7. Very good. And our denominator stays the same. So far they have cleaned 7/10 of the house. Very good. All right, last one, guys. Bella ate 3/4 of her sandwich during lunch and saved the rest for later. How much of the sandwich does she have left? All right, so again, we are only given 1 fraction, but we know that she started with a whole sandwich, right? All right, so if she ate 3/4, that bottom number, that denominator, always tells us how many total pieces there was. So to start with, she had 4 out of 4, 4/4 of her sandwich. And she ate 3/4 of it during lunch. We need to figure out how much she has left that she has saved for later. Okay, are our denominators the same? Yes, they are. So now we can just focus on the what? Numerators. Very good. So when we focus here on the numerators, 4 minus 3, we get 1. Very good. And my denominator stays a 4. So she has 1/4 of her sandwich left for later. Maybe just enough for a tiny little snack. All right, guys, that is it for today. You actually have a mid-chapter quiz tomorrow. I know. First week back and you have a quiz. Terrible, terrible teacher. I know. I'm so sorry. But I think you are going to rock it. I think you're going to do awesome because you're going to remember that you cannot add or subtract unless your denominators are the same. And you're going to remember that a unit fraction always has a numerator of 1. All right, so you are going to rock it. You're going to do awesome. And remember that you can come back to any of these lessons that we have done this week to have a quick refresher before you take your quiz tomorrow. All right, guys, as always, please make sure you're checking your folders for any work. always do your best, stay on top of things, try to get your work done the day it is assigned so that you don't get behind. Have a wonderful day, a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you next week for some more of Chapter 7.